It was a gloomy and rain-soaked night when I found myself wandering through the desolate halls of the abandoned St. Mary's Hospital. Its once bustling corridors now echoed with eerie silence, broken only by the occasional creaking of old floorboards beneath my feet. The place felt like a ghost town, untouched by time and forgotten by the world. My fascination with abandoned buildings had led me to explore many derelict structures, but there was something particularly unsettling about this hospital. Its faded walls and shattered windows exuded a palpable sense of despair, as if the building itself mourned the suffering it had witnessed. As I moved deeper into the heart of the hospital, an icy chill crept up my spine. The air seemed to grow heavier, and an inexplicable feeling of dread washed over me. Despite the overwhelming urge to turn back, I pressed on, my curiosity overcoming my fear. A flickering light at the end of the hallway caught my attention, drawing me closer like a moth to a flame. I approached cautiously, my heart pounding in my chest. As I rounded the corner, I stumbled upon an old operating room, illuminated by the eerie glow of a single flickering bulb. In the center of the room stood a rusted surgical table, adorned with decaying medical instruments. It felt as if the room had frozen in time, preserving the horrors of countless surgeries and medical procedures that had taken place within its walls. As I surveyed the room, a distant sound echoed through the halls. It was the soft, haunting melody of a music box. The sound seemed to emanate from the depths of the hospital, drawing me further into its clutches. With each step, the music grew louder, its haunting notes resonating in my mind. My heart raced, and my breath quickened as I followed the sound. The hospital seemed to stretch infinitely before me, the corridors never ending, trapping me in a labyrinth of darkness. In my desperate pursuit of the source of the music, I found myself in a dimly lit ward. The room was filled with rows of empty beds, their metal frames casting eerie shadows on the walls. As I walked between the beds, a soft whispering filled the air, indiscernible words that sent shivers down my spine. Suddenly, the whispering intensified, morphing into guttural groans and anguished cries. The air crackled with an unsettling energy, and a presence made itself known, though I couldn't see it. Panic surged within me, urging me to flee, but my legs felt rooted to the spot. In the darkness, a figure materialized before me, a translucent, ethereal form that resembled a nurse, her face twisted in agony. Her hollow eyes met mine, and I felt a surge of sorrow and despair emanating from her. I could sense her longing, her yearning for something that had been denied to her in life. The nurse reached out to me, her spectral hand passing through the air. The music box's melody intensified, filling the room with an overwhelming sense of loss and sorrow. I could feel her pain, as if it had become my own. In a moment of clarity, I realized that the nurse's restless spirit was bound to this forsaken hospital, trapped in a perpetual state of suffering and sorrow. She sought solace, an end to her torment, and somehow I felt that only I could provide it. Summoning all my courage, I took a step forward and reached out to the nurse. As our hands touched, a surge of energy coursed through me, a chilling mix of sorrow and relief. In that moment, I understood that I held the power to release her from her torment. With a final, tearful gaze, the nurse faded away, leaving me alone in the haunting emptiness of the hospital ward. The music box's tune softened until it eventually ceased, and the hospital fell into complete silence once more. As I left St. Mary's Hospital that night, I carried with me the weight of the nurse's sorrow and the knowledge that some stories are never truly forgotten. Though the building may crumble and decay, the echoes of the past linger, forever etched into the walls of time. And I knew that for as long as the hospital stood, the nurse's spirit would remain, whispering her tale of sorrow to anyone daring to listen.